By 2050, it's expected that more than 2/3 of us will live in cities. And more people means more pressure on our urban waterways, which are being contaminated with everything from human waste to old cars and pollution from heavy industry. We're here in Concrete Plant Park in the South Bronx to meet Majora Carter, who's been pivotal in making a green change in this community. Hi, Majora, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The river runs through the South Bronx. The mostly Black and Latino neighborhood is one of the poorest areas of New York City. And for decades, the Bronx River was treated as an open sewer.
Folks in the community really were feeling put upon. You know, we were literally the repository for many environmental burdens that mostly people that were wealthier and or whiter within New York City didn't have to deal with. And I thought, what we really need to do is reclaim a piece of the land for something that's for us, and also use it for our benefit and enjoy it.
Community leaders like Majora Carter teamed up with the city and the Parks Board to clean up the river one piece of garbage at a time. Together they removed 675 tons of trash, 30,000 old tires, and 89 dumped cars.
We actually had this amazing natural resource that if we were strategic about it, we could use it as an educational, as an economic, as as a beautiful space, a recreational place for us to be a part of. And that was something that I don't think anybody really thought you could find in a poor community of color.
Adam Green is an environmental educator. He's been working to help restore the Bronx River for the past 10 years.
The real problem with the Bronx River and with all the rivers around New York City is the result of a combined sewage system where every time it rains more than 1/4 of an inch, raw sewage is released into the river.
And so literally there is untreated sewage that comes from that sewer pipe there into the river.
Every time there's a heavy rain, raw sewage comes out of that pipe. It's a century-old sewer system that was designed when people weren't thinking about the rivers as a place to maintain and use recreationally or environmentally. They were just not our problem. So good, stick it there, just like the oceans.
Adam runs an organization called Rocking the Boat that recruits teenagers from the neighborhood to clean up the river. What's the connection between boat building and cleaning up the river?
Well, the way we clean up the river is by getting out on it. You know, well, why are we building boats? Well, we need our boats to do all the science to bring the river back to life.
These young apprentices aged 16 to 18 are being paid to do river restoration work. The students' water quality readings tell them that the river is currently being overrun by algae. It's caused by a combination of hot temperatures and excess phosphates and nitrates in the water.
Even though you can't see all of it, there is still some life, and there's something to fight for.
And for you, why is that so important?
Well, it's so important for me because this is home for me. You know, I plan on going many places in the world, but I always want to come back home and do for my community back here.
In poor communities all over the country, I don't care what color, we are taught that we have less value, that we have really nothing to contribute. And when you give people an opportunity to do that, and they do, their sense of self, their sense of power becomes such that they can go on and do all sorts of great things in their lives.